Hello everyone, welcome to the tutorial of SustaiN. My name is Shorav Vadra and today I will demonstrate you how to use SustaiN for the better and efficient management of nitrogen application in your corn and sorghum fields using satellite remote sensing technology. So to use SustaiN, you can easily go to the website or official website of SustaiN, which is sustaincrops.net. So if you go to the website, you will see there information about how SustaiN is funded, which is funded by Sustainable Agriculture Research and Education, or SARE. And then it also demonstrates the conceptual framework of SustaiN, how it is used, what's the backend of the software, and what are the details of it. And then there is also a short demo about it right here and other information. So to use the app, you can simply go to the website of SustaiN and then click here, Launch App. So after launching the app, it will take you to the cloud platform where the app is hosted. So here you can see you have your own profile to use SustaiN. And if you are first time using SustaiN, then you can click this button, which is to sign up using your email and some other information. So if you click sign up, it will take you to a separate page. So in this page, you will see some basic information to register yourself as a user. So it will ask you for your first name, last name, your email, then your organization, and some other basic information. And also by signing up, you are agreeing to the terms and conditions, which are basically not to use it commercially or selling the information out of SustaiN to somewhere else. So you have to use it for your own farming practices. Since I have my account already set up, I will go to the sign in instead. So here I can type in my email, which I used to register myself in the system. So this is how it looks when you are inside SustaiN. So in the right side of the app, you can see a large map space where you can navigate and find your location, like different kind of locations for your farm. And here in the right side, you can type in address to pinpoint your location for your farm, like where you are trying to get the data. And in the left side, there are different steps on how to what kind of data you should provide to get information about your farm. So first, it's welcomes you, whatever name you used, and then this link is basically the link of this video. And then you have three menu or navigation right here, which is home, result, and feedback. So by default, it stays on the home, but you can also go to the result and feedback to provide feedback about the app or about the use. But at first, you have to place information to this page, which is the home page, and then you can go to the next page to see the result. So the informations required are very simple. The first thing required is the date. So by default, the date cannot be more than 7 days within the current date. So for example, today is March 23. The closest available date you can find is March 16, which is 7 days before, because the satellite image needs time to generate the data, and there is a 7-day grace period. So I am interested in 2022. One of the thing, the date cannot also before 2022 January 1st, so it has to be within 2022 and 2023. So I am interested in the August 15th of certain location. So I have selected that date here. The step 2 is number of days prior to the selected date. So that means when you submit the request, the system will take your selected date and this range, which is this date subtracted by this number of days, which is by default 15. So it will try to find out images which are based within August 1st to August 15th. So you can change this date if you want. If you do not want that kind of date range within your search, you can reduce the date too. But one important thing to note here is there could be precipitation or haze or cloud in the satellite image. So it's better to have a wide range. If it's not a big problem for you, then you have better chance to have like good quality data for your study area. So after defining this number of days for this demonstration, I will keep it as 15, which is the default range. And then I will try to find out the location. So I will write down the name of the location. So this is a test site we use. So this is located in Columbia, Missouri. So you see I wrote down the city name and then the state. So it gives me different kind of suggestions. So this is the best match for me. And then I know where to find my study area. And then you can use this map to locate your study area. So you can also find out like very closest landmarks or known addresses to use here, and then you can navigate yourself to find the locations right here. So this is the field location for my test site. So I will select this field, for example, to for the demonstration purpose. So in the left side of this map, you can see there is a square button right here. So you can click it and then you can drag to define your field boundary. So this is the field boundary I have decided. Now this polygon or boundary has to be less than 5 square kilometer in area. So in this case, it's only 0.03 square kilometer, which is acceptable. And after this is a valid date and valid polygon, you can submit the request. Remember, this request can take up to 15 to 20 minutes to process because it's downloading the data on the backend and doing some processing, which often requires some time. So after doing this, you can click submit request. And when you do click the submit request button, you will see there is a message called running, which shows your request is being processed on the backend. And you can go down and can see, like, based on my search criteria, we have found 2022 August 1 as the best date for this location. So you see it's done. Because I have done this before, that's why it took a little bit less time, like 0.35 minutes. But if it's the first time we're using this for a specific date and location, it might take 15 to 20 minutes. So once this is done, once you see this message, you can just go to the result. So once you go to the result, you can see a result like this. So to interpret the result, there are two important things. So here in the left side, you can see there is a scale, which is basically to remove unwanted objects from your results. So by unwanted objects, I'm meaning that you can adjust this result to make sure all the data sets are available within your field of interest. For example, I can go there and click this button to toggle between the result and the actual map, and you can see I have a missing portion right here. And I can adjust that by increasing this end value, which tries to incorporate everything. And also, if I want unwanted pixels from here, like roads or stuff like that, you can reduce that. So you see this portion is getting reduced, but I also want that. So let's increase that. Let's fix it here so I can have all the things. But your study area might include buildings or roads, and which you can remove by adjusting, playing with these values. And this in status index basically shows this blue area right here that has a lower nitrogen concentration in the canopy, and the red area right here has the higher nitrogen concentration in the canopy. So if you have nitrogen variability, or like a sudden change of nitrogen in your study area or in your experimental field or in your field, then you will also see this kind of variation in this field. However, you cannot use these values to measure like how much nitrogen fertilizer is needed for your study area at this moment, which we will try to incorporate in future. But right now you can see if some parts of your field is stressed. For example, for this particular date and time, for this particular location, this portion of the field had higher concentration of nitrogen in the canopy compared to this portion. So you can take your management decisions based on that criteria. So once you're satisfied with all these things, then you can click this download report button. And once you download the report, and then this is the report I downloaded. It's a zip file, so you have to extract it. And then you can click the report.html file to open up the report. So here you can see you have the interactive map right here, and here are some metadata information which you can use. And also there are information on how to interpret this result. So this is how you use SustaiN. for sustainable management of nitrogen fertilizer application for your field. I do hope this video helped you understand how to use SustaiN for your own case. And if you have any questions, if you have any feedback, you can always go to this feedback page and send us message about how we can improve this or what else we can do to make it more useful. Thank you very much for listening to this video, and I hope you can get better help from SustaiN in your agricultural practices.